Genesis readers chapter 8, the flood subsides, but what we're going to call this chapter is Wait for the Lord. Noah, as a righteous man, we see him building the ark, floating through the flood, and even when the flood waters subside and roll back, he still waits for the Lord before he does anything. The Lord told him to build an ark, he did. The Lord told him to get on it, he did. And then he doesn't move until the Lord tells him to get off. So in times of trouble, what does a Christian do? Wait. Before you do anything, wait for the Lord. So God remembered Noah and the beasts, all the livestock. Now what we're going to see in Genesis 8 is a return to Genesis 1. A wind blew over the earth, just like in Genesis 1, the Spirit of God hovered over the face of the earth. And as we saw in Genesis 1, the dry land appeared after God had formed everything. And so here again we see the waters rolling back and the earth and the mountains being seen, dry land appearing. And as we had seen in other chapters, 7th month, 17th day, sin had caused a return to chaos in the form of the flood. But out of this chaos and out of this flood and out of this destruction, out of this reversal of creation, the Lord is again creating and causing a Genesis 1 return, as it were. The flood waters start to roll back. Noah tries to figure out whether it's safe, and he starts sending out birds to figure out if there is dry land there. Again, we see the numbers 7 indicating completion and fulfillment and reminding us of creation in, again, Genesis 1. Now, what he does is he finds out eventually through the birds, a dove came back, picked an olive leaf. He sent it out again. This time it does not return to him anymore. Noah now knows that the dry land is that it's safe. He removes the covering of the ark, some sort of top part of the boat. He sees the dry ground. But what does he do? He still waits. God said to Noah, "Go. Go then, Noah, and go out from the ark." And only then does Noah finally leave the ark. And Noah now functions as like a return of Adam and Eve. If Genesis 1, if everything above this reminded us of Genesis 1 and recreation, so now Noah and his family remind us of Adam and Eve, and also Cain and Abel. We know if this is a return to Genesis 1, or the Lord's attempt to give us Genesis 1 back, a perfect creation, we know, however, that if Noah got off the boat, his wife and his sons and their wives, then we know that brings with them also sin. The themes of Genesis 1 and this return, this attempt to do creation again, is seen in all the animals are back, and God blesses them just with a similar blessing that he did in Genesis 1 and 2, be fruitful and multiply on the earth. So again, Noah is functioning as an Adam and Eve and his children with him. Now, Noah built an altar to the Lord. This is similar to what Moses does as the children of Israel are freed. So the children of Israel freed from slavery. Noah will build an altar in Exodus 24. So Noah and his family are freed. So Noah builds an altar. Remember earlier that every animal taken was a pair. two, right? One and one, male and female. But the clean animals, the animals fit for sacrifice, he took 7 pairs. We had seen that in the chapter before this. So why were extra clean animals saved? To be offered as burnt offerings. The church will pick this up. The New Testament will actually pick this up. Christian, why are you saved? Why were there extra clean animals saved? Why were the good things fit for the Lord's service saved? To be used as burnt offerings. Why are Christians saved? To be used as burnt offerings. As Paul says in 2 Corinthians, that his life and his ministry is a fragrant aroma on an altar being burnt to God. We are saved so that we might be used by him to be pleasing sacrifices to his purpose. And we even see this then early in the scriptures, Genesis 8. Well, God makes a covenant with Noah. It says, I will never again curse the ground because of man. And then he says this interesting thing, for the intention of man's heart is evil from his youth. Well, what we find, and it's almost like we're finding it with the Lord, but the point is to show us what the Lord knows to be true. This, he will not deal with sin by absolute judgment, because it doesn't work to solve evil. Absolute judgment won't actually solve the problem of evil, which is in man's heart. So even if he were to wipe off nearly everyone, there's still something in us that is floating around, and the judgment doesn't cure it. There has to be another cure. So this actually pushes the narrative forward into looking for that cure. Remember, Noah's father Lamech had said of Noah, this one, Noah, the name is similar to the word for rest. His father had said, this one will give us rest from our trouble. Well, we're already seeing if Noah is a return of Adam and Eve, then he's going to bring with him Cain and Abel. And we see that God recognizes that evil is still in the heart of man. So while there is an attempt by the author to get back to Genesis 1 and the new creation, the narrative actually keeps pushing us forward to want to find a cure that hasn't been found yet. And we're not quite sure what that is, but we are on the hunt. Take care. Have a good day.